Hello guys! So today I want to talk about what you should and should not when you study Japanese. By the way, I'm a language tutor from Tokyo and I'm doing online business, so my students are all around the world. Everybody's different level, different ages, but I can tell this student's gonna improve so quick, but this student maybe take some time because everybody have different study approaches. So I'm gonna talk about this from my experience and as a native Japanese speaker. Okay, let's dive in. Let's talk about what you should not do. Okay, what you should not do if you want to learn Japanese quick and effective way. You shouldn't learn kanji in the first place. I've told this in another video, how to learn Japanese fast. I even forgot the name. Okay. So I link this here. Anyway, so what I said was you shouldn't learn kanji in first place. So I know a lot of people are like fascinated about kanji. Yes, it's attractive, it's a beautiful language. But if you wanna speak fluently or learn Japanese quickest, that's not the way. Because, like for example, learning kanji in the first place, even though you're a beginner, that means like you are trying to learn ride on unicycle even though you cannot ride on push bike. Does it make sense? So even me, when I was a kid, I couldn't write, read, understand kanji. So when you learn second language, you should be focused on speaking, listening. Okay, it's tough, I know, and it's hard to practice all by yourself. But nowadays there are YouTubes, there are apps, like you can't make excuse. So I never recommend to study kanji, learn kanji in the first place, especially if you're a beginner. Like that's not very important at the moment. The most important thing is get used to the language, ears, mouth. Okay, don't forget that. I've seen a lot of people doing it and I feel sorry for them because they are not improving, I think. Okay, and next one is pretty similar. So I said bubu no kanji in the first place, but also bubu hiragana katakana. A lot of people misunderstanding hiragana katakana Japanese alphabet is very important if you're a beginner. I don't think so. So the reason why is just taking so much time to get used to the pronunciation, everything, and like how to pronounce and you practice even though you're not understanding the pronunciation or how to use it. Okay, so what I always recommend is just do vocabularies or phrases first to get used to the pronunciation, speaking, listening. So if you want to memorize, how to memorize then? How to make my note? You can make note with your ABC alphabet. You still can make pronunciation with ABC alphabet. Okay, then once you be able to speak a little bit of phrases and started memorizing vocabularies, then maybe now it's time to move on to learning hiragana and katakana. So it's like when you're a baby, your mother language, like could you write alphabet in the first place when you are only 2 or 3 year old? No, I don't think so. So like we are adult now, so like it's kind of like we want to think as more like logic way, but that it doesn't work for the language. If you want to learn language, speaking, listening, okay, and memorizing phrases, vocabularies first. So don't waste your time for writing, because writing is the most complicated part of learning Japanese, and I don't want you to waste your time by doing that. I've seen a lot of people, oh, I'm a beginner, so like ABC, I should learn IUL, how to write and read IUL first. No, no, for me, I never recommend that. So I think you got my point. Think you as a child. So if you're a beginner, you're a kid for this language, okay? So what kids do is just speak whatever. Even you make a mistake, even you do incorrect grammar. Nobody cares, because that's not your mother language. I know it's a bit shy, or like I don't want to make a mistake in front of people, but you should forget about that kind of mentality. If you want to learn language, you need to make mistake. And yeah, so please don't do writing first in the place. I'm sick of seeing that kind of, oh, now I'm a beginner, I master hiragana, katakana, then what I'm gonna do? So, but dude, that's not the way it should be. Think you're as a child who doesn't really know about the language. So what are you gonna do? Talk, listen, okay? No writing, please. Next one. So this is more kind of like when you get to little bit intermediate advanced stage, or even first place. You shouldn't do this. I never recommend to learn polite way in the first place, especially if you're a beginner. I recommend people to study desu or any polite way to say when you get to intermediate level. I want you to make like kind of fundamental knowledge of Japanese first, which is not polite. So if you're planning to go to Japan for business, yes, but it's very important to memorize those polite way, because that's where you're gonna speak. But if you're doing this as a hobby or as self-improvement, and especially if you're not in Japan yet, I don't recommend to do that, because polite way of saying is something extra, you know, and it takes so much time, double. Okay, so I always recommend my students to study and focus on normal, present, verb, and way of saying. Okay, then you can make it past and future and yeah, stuff like that. Then you can do like more complicated stuff, but what you need is basic. And politeness for Japanese, people, it's very important, and I love the idea of it. But again, when I was a kid, I couldn't speak politely. So you should think you're only 3-year-old Japanese kid, okay? So you're learning, not office way, right? It's more like just simple vocabularies, simple way of saying. That's the point. Then just level up, then you're gonna get to the point anyway to, oh, now I need politeness. Then you're gonna study. Okay? That's much easier, much simpler, and much quicker. Next one, this is very unique one. So I don't know, most of them already knew about Japanese counting system. Numbers are easy, straightforward, but counting system like piece of cake or piece of paper in Japanese, it's super complicated. I don't even know how many ways to count, depending on the shape, depending on the, I don't know, numbers as well. For example, 1杯、2杯、3杯、4杯, they are like kind of bowls or beer glass or whatever. It's not important anyway. So it's super complicated, okay? So don't dig in, like don't touch. Only something you definitely gonna use in your daily life. For example, especially if you're in Japan, going to a restaurant and waiter and waitress say, "Oh, 何名様ですか?" means how many people, and you need to say 1人or 2人or 3人. But this is again if you're in Japan. So like don't waste your time because you're gonna waste so much time for this. Okay, so counting system, just forget about it. Do it later when you get to Japan or when you get the ticket to go to Japan. Maybe it's time to start. But for self-study, nah, don't study. Okay, so they are like what you shouldn't. Let's talk about what you should, shall we? So first one, review, or say revise. Okay, because we don't have soft, nice brain, fresh brain like a kid anymore. We are adult. So what we need is just, okay, let's go back to what we learned yesterday, or what we learned a week ago. Just go back and repeat until you get 100% confidence of those vocabulary you're memorizing or phrases, grammars, anything. Just practice 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times. Then always just go back. Just make sure I'm quite confident, but let's make sure. Okay? So just like learn something new every day. It's not gonna work. You just, because you're gonna forget. Like if, like except for you're in the hard, strict situation. So if you live with Japanese family or something, you don't really need repeat and repeat, because every day it's like kind of repeat and repeat. But self-study definitely need repeat, revise, review. Okay? No matter, like it doesn't matter writing or speaking or listening or anything. Just revise, please. Okay? Next one. So this is a little bit difficult to say because everybody's different, but most of my great students from my online class, they always make a tidy note, not messy note. Make a tidy note, then do review. Because if you have messy note, you don't even want to review, and then you can't even read. Oh, what is it? A or E? So you're gonna have mispronunciation. For example, kirei, kirai, they are totally different. Kirei is beautiful. Kirai is hate. So it's just one symbol. Kirei, E, kirai, A. Then it's gonna be totally different So make sure to write, or when you memorize it, make sure if it's correct, make sure it's tidy enough to, because you are the only one gonna see your note or your laptop. So okay, do something nice to yourself. Don't make messy notes to memorize stuff, okay? This one is good one, especially if you want to improve your pronunciation and speaking skill. Just read it out, okay? Read it out again and again and again. Whatever your note, your book, your favorite anime, your favorite TV show, just practice, repeat and repeat, read it loud. And this is very good one. You must have your phone, right? So when you read it out, record it. Record your voice and listen if it's good enough, or is your pronunciation correct, or is it smooth, or is it very natural tone. Even your mother language, you don't really know how you're speaking. You don't really notice that. But especially second language, it's hard to get what you're speaking like native or not. So listen native speaker on YouTube or on your online lesson, then compare to your recording voice. So you're gonna notice what you're mistaking, and yeah, that's very good one. Okay, so this is kind of should and should not, like kind of at the same time. So you should listen or trust native Japanese people, okay? Because I've seen a lot of bullshit on YouTube, especially, oh, this is how I learn Japanese in 3 months, and you know, they're not Japanese. I know it's nice to share, and it's nice to see other person's experience as, like, you know, second language learner. But if you want to get like legitimate, like real information, always Japanese, native Japanese. I've seen a lot of, especially on Facebook, I've seen a lot of people making mistake, but still like they're showing off how they learn, and this is correct, and some people even correct someone in like totally wrong way, which is very sad. I've seen this one. For example, someone said, this was like kind of Japanese learning group on Facebook, okay? And someone posted, so I wonder, what does mushi mushi mean? Okay, mushi mushi mean. And mushi mushi means very hot and humid, like think about like Thailand temperature, Thailand, Vietnam kind of temperature. It's very hot, very humid, and like you're just sweaty, even you're not doing anything, just standing up, and then you get sweat. Kind of condition is mushi mushi, okay? Because Japanese summer, it's kind of like that. It's very humid and hot. Anyway, so mushi mushi, she was writing mushi, what is mushi mushi means? And a lot of people replied. I saw a lot of comments. Oh, you mean moshi moshi? Even though she's writing mushi mushi, obviously M-U-S-H-I, M-U-S-H-I, 2 I's, okay? Not moshi moshi. Moshi moshi is M-O. But a lot of people, because moshi moshi is one of the unique saying of Japanese, right? As you know, moshi moshi is just like moshi moshi, hello, on the phone. But everybody's saying, oh, that means hello on the phone, and then stuff like that. Bunch of it, more than 10 comments. Then I was like, oh, come on, guys. And they are not Japanese, okay? Obviously. Then I finally commented, oh, this poor girl learning something wrong from foreigners. So I said, hello, I'm a native Japanese tutor, and everybody's saying moshi moshi, but what you say was mushi mushi, right? So mushi mushi means humid, not hello. So then the girl was like, thank you, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Okay, so I don't like seeing that. I know a lot of people were like trying to be, you know, show off or confident about their improvement, but don't forget you are still learning, and I don't want anyone to learn something wrong from you know, non-Japanese people. So if you want to have if you want to get right information, please reach to some Japanese website or Japanese people or Japanese YouTuber or Japanese study source. So please, please, please reach out to Japanese people. That's what you should. Okay, this is very important. Just study every day. Touch the language every day. I wouldn't say study, just touch the language every day, okay? That means even just 10 minutes or 5 minutes. Just take your time to enjoy the language. Just like little tiny 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes every day would be much better than 16 hours, which is only twice per week. Okay? So every day, just because you're gonna forget, I said. So just take 5 or 10 minutes. It's like kind of, you know, even just if you love having tea or coffee, just you know, listen podcast with it. That you can count that as self-study, right? Because you're listening Japanese, which is very important. So yeah, just do something like something tiny, something small, but like just please keep continue every day, okay? Because you need that. If you're not in Japan and doing self-study, you need that. All right, so I hope this, my opinion and information, helps your study to learn Japanese in effective way and quicker way. So please remember those things, what you shouldn't and you should. So I recommend, after this video, I recommend you to think your study routine, what was wrong, and you, even though, for example, recording your voice, this is not easy, this is not like very comfortable to do it, but do something out of your comfort zone. It's very important in your life, like even in your life, but especially study. Try something new, and if you like it, just stick with it. But for example, you know, studying kanji and writing, if you like it, yeah, you can keep doing that, but I can't say that's the best way to do it. So yeah, I'm not gonna stop you to do those things, but this is just suggestion, recommendation if you want to improve your language in better way. So think about it and try it and let me know if you get some new sensation or new, I don't know, improvement. Please let me know. So that's it from me, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And by the way, there is my Instagram page, and I'm teaching some vocabulary of the day kind of thing pretty much every day. So follow my Instagram if you like, and I'm gonna see you next time.